This is First Fickle. This is my new kick guitar from Haze Guitars. The body and neck are Basswood. The fretboard is Purpleheart wood. The scale length of the neck is 24.75, thus ending all the specs that I know. But in the description below, I'll put all the specs down there from their website so you can check that out. There'll also be a link directly to the website for this guitar for anyone who is interested. Again, I'm not trying to sell this thing. I got this and I'm just sharing it with you guys, but if you happen to be interested, it just makes it easier if I put a link there so you can go find it. If you are going to buy a kick guitar from Haze Guitars, can I suggest that before you paint it, oil it, stain it, whatever it is you're going to do with it, just put the thing together first. Just make sure everything slots in nicely and everything's working. That way you don't have to worry. If there's an issue with something, you can contact them, get it sorted out straight away. The small issue that I had with this guitar, which is why I mention it, because I didn't put it all together first and check everything out. I just started to stain it and I finished it all off. Then when it came time to put everything together, the cavity for the jack, then there's a drilled out channel that goes to the cavity for all this junk. Trying to get because all the wires, they've got little plugs on, connectors. So for me, as I'm saying, just for me personally, trying to get into the cavity here, get right down the bottom, get that plug through that channel into the next cavity was a little bit tricky. And so I had to drill out the hole just a little bit bigger just to make my life a bit easier. But of course, I'd already stained all this, and so then getting a drill next to that was a bit, I didn't really want to do that. So had I had done that first, I wouldn't have had to, sort of encounter that issue later on. Look, some people have asked me, should they swap out, the hardware or the electronics? And that's just a personal thing, All I sort of say to people is, well, put the thing together before you do anything to it. Play it, see if you like it. If you go, well, I don't really like how, the tuners feel, or I don't like the output of the tone or what have you with the pickups, or maybe, there's some particular pots that I prefer. Look, swap it out, by all means. It's a kick guitar, so just go for it. Just do what you want to do. But look, I'm really happy with this. It's all original, what it comes with. A good buddy of mine threw a spanner in my works, I mentioned in a previous video, that I was thinking about swapping this out, and I didn't actually mention it in the video. I posted a video, about where I was up to with the kit. I sort of misspoke there, and a buddy of mine saw that video and said, oh, look really great with gold hardware. So my brain's gone down the rabbit hole of, should I change all the hardware and pickups out all to gold? Haven't really decided on that, because I only just put this thing together yesterday, and so this is basically, I played a riff or two on it yesterday, and this is the first time sitting down with it. So that aspect for me, that's something I'm looking at. But like if you get one of these kits and there's something you don't like, just swap it out, it's no big deal. Another slight issue that I have had with this, because I like to do these videos honestly, is the cool thing with this one is all the holes, everything is pre-drilled. I did mention in my other video when I did the telly kit, I'm pointing because it's sitting right beside me, none of these holes were pre-drilled. So all the cavities were routed and the holes for the tuners were done, but the little holes for screws and such, they weren't there. You had to line up yourself, which is not a drama, but as a kit, it's nice if everything's already sort of pre-done for you in that respect. So with this scratch plate, it sits a little bit too close here to the tail. And so this part of it here is not sitting completely flush because it's just a little bit too hard up against that. So I'm just going to unscrew that, just give it a slight little sand there, and it will sit in. As I say, it's only a fraction, so just sanding it just very closely on the pickguard here, that will alleviate that. But otherwise, no issues. I've only given it a really quick setup because, as I mentioned, I'm toying with the idea of swapping all the hardware out and pickups to gold. So I didn't want to go crazy setting it all up and then go, oh, I'm going to swap and all that anyway. As far as setup goes, really didn't have to do too much. It was just a slight adjustment of a couple of these just to get a tiny bit better intonation. Otherwise, everything was great. The neck was fine. I didn't need to adjust the neck at all. Everything was good. So this one I've just stained it and put a couple of clear coats on. I don't know if you can really see, it's purple on the front and sides, black on the back, purple headstock. The telly that I did, I just oiled, and the Thunderbird bass, keep putting it out there because everything's sitting over there. The Thunderbird bass is still natural because I still haven't figured out what I want to do with that. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I think I wanted to mention. Everything feels good. You know, some people ask me about the frets. You know, again, frets are, you know, it's a personal thing. Some people like really big frets, some people like small frets, but you know, there's no sharp edges. Everything's finished off nice. Probably, well, look, a buddy of mine actually got a Haze kit just recently, and he said there was some excess glue and stuff on the bodies, on the body of his one. I haven't had that issue. There was a little bit on this one that I thought probably was that. So maybe if you do get one, just, you know, give it a good old sand. They come really well sanded anyway, but you know, probably just go over it and give it another good sand before if you're going to stain it or lacquer it or what have you. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I think about them. Look, if you've got any questions, just please, you know, comment, and I'll answer it the best I can. If I can't, I will contact Haze Guitars on your behalf and find out, and I'll get back to you ASAP. So without any more gibbering from me, I'll just play as I normally do, just run through my Fender Deluxe, clean dirty channel, playing the riff for the dirty, and I'll just do some chords for the clean, just so you can hear what it is, and I'm just going to wind the tone out as we go through. Always start at the bridge and work through to the neck. So no more talking, and we'll just get into it. Go to the middle position. Jump to the neck pickup. Turn it halfway up. Jump into a clean channel. As I said, just play some chords. Basically just do the same thing again. Middle position, tone back in. kit guitar from Haze Guitars. Just on the setup, just sort of came to my mind, the pickups. So when you get them, they come wrapped really well, so there's no damage to them. But the pickups, once you put them in the body, you have to adjust the height of them because they're set all the way down, so they're way too low. So that's just a little bit of a setup thing you have to do there. I just sort of came to mind, so I thought I'd better mention that. Just have a quick think. Yep, I think that's pretty much everything that I actually wanted to talk about. Look, if you think I've missed something, just please, leave a comment and I'll answer you best and as honestly as I can. As always, thanks heaps for watching. Really appreciate it. Just my little disclaimer: don't work for Haze Guitars. Don't get paid by Haze Guitars. Don't earn money from this channel. This is just me collecting guitars, mainly Haze Guitars, for this channel and sharing them with you. And that's it. Okay, so again, I really appreciate you watching, taking the time. It's very cool of you. And yeah, that's it. Thanks heaps. Take care.